Hey there everybody, Pop on Top here. Welcome back to some more Fallout 4 mods. In today's mod, we got a kind of cool mod here. This is called slow motion dismemberment. Now what this mod does is, obviously dismemberment is a feature that exists in Fallout. It's existed for a long time. It's one of the best parts of like the VATS skill cam because you get that slow motion dismemberment there. What this mod does is it makes it so even when you're not in VATS, even when you're not currently doing slow motion, it activates slow motion. Now the simplest way to show this off is to go kill some stuff, dismember some things. So the turret here likes to blow up when you shoot it. So you'll see as I shoot that, my time is slowed down. You can kind of see how the camera moves and how that's different. Now it doesn't apply all the time, and it applies weirdly here. The mod author does list that this effect is customizable. I just don't actually think it is. I haven't found any way to do so. So you'd think if I like shot this guy's leg off here, maybe, you know, it'd be a lot easier if you stood still. I'm right here, yeah. See, I shot his arm off there. I don't feel like I got slow motion time, right? Like that lady's leg clearly came off. That would be what I would consider dismemberment. But it does apply to something here. Like if I shot this guy in the head. Nope, not that one. See, it's a little bit weird, right? Like it doesn't actually work very often, and then sometimes it works all the time, right? It's a weird set of effects, I think. Now, obviously, if you're gonna go in VATS here, and I was to shoot this guy in the head in VATS, it's slow motion, right? It just is. But you would get some of that effect after the fact too. And obviously, I'm using a regular bullet gun here as well too. It does apply not as much to other weapons I've seen. Like it's a little bit weird on how this works, right? I'm really trying to get it to proc. See, that guy's head, it dismembered. So I have heard like that this is supposed to work with Bloody Mess. Now I currently don't have Bloody Mess as a perk, so if I take Bloody Mess here, that's scrounged, it's fine. We got perk points. We take Bloody Mess, so this should proc every time. Bloody Mess proc. Every time an enemy turns to absolute dust in front of our eyeballs, we should get slow motion effect. Like there we go. That Bloody Mess guy just absolutely, you get to appreciate the effect a little bit more. That's the main benefit of it, really. It does have somewhat of a combat advantage. Obviously, slow motion time right after you kill an enemy is a benefit, right? That is something that you could do. I have given myself some energy weapons here as well. Obviously, I have Grognak's axe here too. I thought this would be like the real way to go, right? Like I thought this would be the bee's knees of things to do, because like you would figure like, oh, I chop body parts off. It just doesn't seem to work with the axe. Now they did like I said, the mod author does mention that you can customize this. There's nothing that is included with the mod anyway. Like if it requires an extra mod or something like that, then I think that's a little bit weird to advertise in the base mod that it is customizable. I just don't think that's true. Like that guy's arm got chopped off. I want to see that in slow motion. That would be the whole benefit, right? You would think with the ability to have a slow motion effect every time you dismember. I'm not sure how it's proccing as part of the deal too, though. Then, right? Like I don't know what the rules are, right? Like because you would think if it's just dismemberment. Now, obviously, that guy's arm got chopped off again too, right? Like nothing happened. We're getting a little framey up here. That guy, because he bloody messed though, it procced, right? Like that guy got turned to guts right in front of me with this nice axe that I got here. Lovely time. Now I do have some energy weapons, and I was really hopeful that this would apply to this as well. So like obviously, oh, I got a bug. Give me a second. It's for some reason my guns take a second to load in. Anyway, so you would think that if you like dusted somebody, right? Like you turn somebody into ash with a laser weapon or goo with the plasma weapon, that you'd be in a position to see that in slow motion, which would be really cool to see, I think. There's somebody here. That did slow down a little bit, but not because of this effect here. That really did not help the frames. It's even the Xbox Series X be struggling. Way up high up here. Let's head down. Let's find some more enemies. Let's try it out. I mean, obviously, like I said, in VATS, you do get the slow motion and time effect. So if I go in here in VATS, and when you pop a critical, slow motion, dustified, right? But you don't get that just because of the dusting effect. Like, right? You saw that man turn to dust, right? And I have the same thing here with the plasma weapon. So we could test that out. Excuse me. I've been kind of dealing with some sickness recently. Apologize for that. I'm now stuck in here forever. That's not actually true. I can make my way around. But it doesn't also apply to certain enemies as much as you would think as others too. We're going to show this off a little bit more in the video here. But like, obviously Raiders is like a good one. They just like to be squishy. They have very light armor, I guess. So there's a guy way over there, right? You'd think. Oh, this is a little hard to hit. But I did hit him, I guess. It just didn't, I don't know if they disintegrated or not, or whatever, right? Taking some fall damage and stuff. We're going to go find some different enemy types. We'll show that off too. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, everybody. We're here at College Square. Ghouls. No slow motion on that. Right? That's a ghoul getting absolutely dusted. Or gooified, I guess. They're not dusted. They're gooed. Sort of. They didn't actually turn to goo. But, like, they are getting dismembered. And it's not doing anything. No. My gun can actually pull out here. That even bloody mess, and it didn't even apply. You see that? Like, I'm dismembering these ghouls. You guys let me know if you see slow motion. Nice bloody mess again, right? Like, the ghoul, it doesn't apply to ghouls. I don't know if that's something to do with my ghouls or... But it just seems like a mod that doesn't quite do what you want it to do. Like, they say that it's tested to work on console and stuff, and it's like, this is... The freezes. Thanks, Bethesda. Appreciate you. But it just doesn't seem like it's working... Like, I don't know what its rules are. It does seem to work, right? Like, I've definitely shown off here. It can and will work. But, like, that ghoul's arm doesn't exist. That's what I would consider dismemberment, right? But it didn't slow down time. It didn't, right? Like, that ghoul bloody mess didn't slow down time. Like, it doesn't happen all the time. You can not hit me, though, please? Like, I am blowing... The ghouls would be, the #1 example to me, right? I'll find some more enemies and we'll test it out some more. But it's a little bit weird. Alright, everybody, we're here at the Coast Guard Pier. Now, this area obviously has super mutants. We'll pull the sniper rifle back out so we can do some long-range shooting. Some precise, I'm going to blow your head off. Now, that absolutely worked. You see the slow motion of time effect. You can even, like, feel it, right? Like, you could really appreciate... I mean, obviously, suicide would be, like, the way, right? They blew that guy's head off. It slowed down time, right? It didn't apply to the bird. I don't know about the super mutant. Can they even be dismembered? I mean, I imagine I've shot their head off before, right? Like, obviously, you'd think it would, like, see, like, that's the thing, is you think it could apply here, because I'm dismembering it. I'm not really sure what the rules are. I wonder if it apply to your own character. I mean, I guess you slow-mo die no matter what anyway. I blew that guy's arm off, no slow motion, right? That was not how that worked. It just seems to apply to, weirdly, right? Like, sometimes to head, sometimes to enemy, sometimes to not, right? Like, the ghouls just don't seem to work at all. Certain guns don't work. Melee weapons don't really work besides the bloody mess proc. So obviously with the bloody mess proc you get a little bit more benefit out of the thing. But it's just weird, right? I think it's just a set of circumstances that's a little bit odd is all, I would say. Like, I don't want to be too rude about it necessarily, but it just doesn't work how I'd want it to work, right? So we're gonna head out to a different area and I'll show off even more stuff, some variety. Now here we are on the coast. And I was looking over here on the coast because I wanted to test out Mirelurks, right? That's a big one. Now, if I can even get a Mirelurk. Like, you'd think that would work somewhat. Ah, the freezing, baby. It's back. It's great. Popping the eggs, right? If there was a baby in them. That would count. I don't know. I see, like, I don't know what exactly counts. It's hard to measure. And there's no actual way to customize it no matter what the mod author says. Like, unless you have to download a separate mod. But the only mod they mention is other, like, bullet time slow motion effects mods. Which is, like, a completely different thing. Like, that guy's dismembered, right? Like, his pieces of him have come off. But no slow down time effect. Also, his texture is moving. There was. That's a weird one. Not working on the Mirelurk seemingly really at all. I mean, I've had it work on certain things before. Like, I've, you know, shot a rad stag before. I guess we could go find some bears. I know where some stuff is at, right? Like, I'm trying to find certain enemies. So the Rocky Narrows Park is here. This has 2 Yaguais in it. We shoot him in the face. Maybe we blow that, like its head off. Maybe bloody mess procs. But it's just something that doesn't seem to work very consistently for me. Except for when it does. Like, I've had this mod actually installed for a long time. So you guys may have noticed it happening in my previous videos and stuff. That definitely slow motion, right? That Yaguai's head came off. Now, it's a cool mod. I think it's cool in its effect. Obviously, Dismemberment's one of the coolest things about Fallout. And being able to see its effect more... Apparently, because it's slowed down so you can really appreciate the details of the effect. But it doesn't actually provide a gameplay benefit. It's not a huge deal to me. To me, actually, there's another slow motion effect. It's kind of annoying, right? Like, I just don't like my game slowing down all the time, right? Like, like, VATS I get, right? It's one thing. You slow down time for VATS. You get to see the VATS kill cam. That's a very cool thing. That works. But I don't know if I really want slow motion stuff. And I wish it just worked more consistently. I wish there was some way... Like, there was an actual holotape that came with the mod that allowed you to customize it, allow you to proc it on whatever weapon you wanted. Because I really want those. If I'm turning an enemy to ash with a laser weapon, I want to see it in slow motion. Like, but it doesn't apply to that, and it doesn't seem to apply to ghouls. We showed that off with Bloody Mess ghouls, and it didn't work. So it just seems real inconsistent. But it is something that will apply to your game. At some point, you will kill something, and it will dismember, and it will slow down time, and you'll get to appreciate it in all of its gory violentness. I know that's not a word, but I just made it up right now. You could definitely check out this mod for yourselves. If you would like to check out this mod for yourselves, check out the top link in the description. There'll be a link there to the Bethesda.net page or the Nexus mod page. You can download this mod for yourselves there. If you guys have enjoyed the video, like the video. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe so we can check out more videos from me. And pretty much other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day, whatever time it may be, and I will see you in the next episode.